You can clearly see that you're passionate about South Africa and the future, given our current situation. Now, final question is, where do you think entrepreneurs are going to be taken in the next 5 years?
I believe that entrepreneurship is the answer to solving a lot of our problems.
Yeah.
So I am biased about that, in fairness, but I believe that because, again, companies, big companies, are using the same technology to downscale or to create efficiencies within their own businesses, and why wouldn't they?
Yeah.
Again, the example of a new metro or Ster-Kinekor replacing humans who sell tickets with tech. If you and I owned Ster-Kinekor and New Metro, we would do the exact same thing.
Sure.
So if you think about it from that perspective, big companies are trying to use technology to wring out efficiencies and get rid of people indirectly. That's what they're trying.
Yeah.
They're not trying to do that, but they're trying to make the business more efficient. So where does that leave us? It leaves us with entrepreneurs being the only ones who can grow an economy in a sector. And I'm particularly excited about entrepreneurs because, as you pointed out earlier, entrepreneurs suddenly have tech by their sides which can give them extra horsepower. So with that in mind, I think that looking ahead, there are always these 2 or 3 scenarios of where a country like ours can go. A lot of people, if you read the news, you'll feel like there's just doom and gloom.
Yeah.
Whereas I can't help but feel, as the idealist, that because it's getting easier and easier to gather the masses, we will simply find our own solutions.
Yeah.
We'll either leave or we'll find our own solutions. I'm here to stay for the next while.
Well, that's why I think entrepreneurship, as you say, it's going to get bigger and bigger, and that's why I think co-working spaces like this is going to get these young entrepreneurs with startups working and growing and networking. This is the place to be.
And to further the fact that something like this, your show, that you can put this together and you can start to create awareness. There are multiple people like us doing this all at the same time around the country. So you're seeing the growth of the awareness. The country is starting to wake up, if not from an underground perspective, but it's waking up.
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, it takes one bad day in a corporate job sometimes to look around quality of life, whatever it is. And I don't want to get to the point of passing shade onto corporates, because we've got a thriving corporate sector and we need them. There's no question. But you know, people do start to look at their lives, start to want to take control of their own destinies. 20 years ago and before, we didn't even believe we could really do that. There were the few anomalies. So I'm here for entrepreneurship. It's the future. If you're an entrepreneur right now, you're on the right side of the curve.
Definitely.
If you're working for a big boss or a big corporate, make no mistake, you're on the wrong side of the curve. It's a matter of time before tech replaces you or something happens to remove you.
Yeah.
And if you were the big boss or big corporate, you'd be thinking the same way.
Yeah, Mark, thank you so much for joining
Dan,
CEOwise.
thanks so much for
I
having
really
me.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it.